As a Hausa man from northern Nigeria, even as little children, we were taught that the Igbos are not to be trusted. We were taught that Yoruba was the enemy. After going to the university to study, I've also traveled to different parts of the country. I've come to realize that the real enemy are those selfish and greedy politicians that we have. It is only hatred and individual selfishness of our political elites that made them to mislead us. Out of ignorance, we were told only to vote for our fellow northerners. They said we should only vote for people from our side. We, the northern youths, we have decided that they cannot deceive us anymore. Right now, we are running out of steam. We have produced 4 videos in Hausa targeting the grassroots northerners because they are the ones who need to change their minds and believe that the Igbos and the Hausas can live in the same place, marry from each other, and live in peace, unity, and harmony.
Take a look of the people that are calling for coalition. Nasir El-Rufai, Atiku Abubakar, Sule Lamido, and Rotimi Amechi. Let us look at their antecedent, their past, and their leadership role in the past. Let's start with the Pharaoh of Kaduna, El-Rufai. In Abuja, El-Rufai demolished people's houses illegally, acquired people's houses illegally to become his personal property, and he shared some of the people's property with his cronies. As a result of his demolition, many Nigerians lost their lives because they could not recover from it. Nigerians has not forgiven him. Fast forward to his 8 years of reign of terror and terrorism in Kaduna. The killing of almost 3,000 southern Kaduna people. Orchestration of the killing of Shia Muslim over 1,000. The killing of first-class emir of Adara chiefdom. All of this thing happened during his regime. He is a religious bigot. He is a religious fanatic. And the people of Kaduna has not forgiven him. What is his political relevance? Zero. He cannot even move in Kaduna, Zaria or Kavanchan today without security. He will be killed by mob as a result of his atrocities. And if to say that Southern Kaduna were actually serious human beings, El-Rufai is supposed to be in the International Criminal Court of Justice now, answering questions for his atrocities. But yet he has the audacity to be calling for coalition because they did not actually go after him. Then let us look at the loan that he took, that he plundered Kaduna State into about loan repayment of 30 years. And what did he do with the money? Nothing. Except Shodnika's road in Kaduna North alone. No impact in any part of Kaduna. Left Kaduna with so many unfinished projects. And yet he's calling for coalition. That is the country we have. Let's look at Atiku. What are the antecedents of Atiku since he was a vice president up to date? Not much has been done. He only galvanized all the northern jihadis and the northern governors and engineered them to unseated good law by creating new PDP. Since then, he has been a political prostitute. What is his relevance? Zero. Let's look at Rotimi Amechi. Rotimi Amechi stole so much money from Rivers people and used the money to sponsor Buhari, a Fulani jihadist, and actually unseated his brother Ijoman from Bayelsa. That is his antecedent. I don't know either he still have relevance in South because I don't know either South people has forgiven him. Then let's look at Sule Lamido. It's even worse. After plundering Jigawa for 8 years, he has become politically irrelevant. Even in the party that he was part of the major founders of the party, he's even irrelevant, even in his party. So these are the people that are making noise, that are calling for coalition. It is high time that as Nigerians, if we are going to be talking about elections and politics, I think it's high time we should start talking about INEC reforms. Let's reform INEC. And let us look at the process of election, free and fair election. Apart from Peter Obi, I don't see anybody in the political space that is better than Tinubu, apart from Peter Obi. But the question is, if today they go into election, do we have an INEC that can conduct a free and fair election, even if Peter Obi is in the ballot? That is the question we should be talking as Nigerians. And I pray that God will reawaken the sense of our sensibility as Nigeria. Let's begin to look at electoral reforms rather than getting distracted by this Fulani oligarchy every day disturbing people as if they are the only people in Nigeria.
First and foremost, we have two groups of people who believe that Nigeria must be one, but we must continue to hate ourselves. Now, I'm talking about the core Muslim North, who believe that if power does not reside with them, then governance must be distorted. Governance must be made impossible. We saw that in the Buhari administration, right? Now, when you look at 2027, when you look at the coalition, when you look at the Tinubu administration, when you look at the whole players in the game, you realize that Nigeria is really messed up. Then we have another group of people who believe that power must return back to the North. I'm talking about Atiku and El-Rufai and the other man, what's his name? They believe that power must return back to the North. Why? I don't know. Then we have another man that's called Peter Obi, who I believe, the Tinubu, Atiku, El-Rufai, everybody knows that if Nigeria is handed to him, Nigeria will definitely change. Nigeria may not be better off, but it will definitely toe the path of betterment, where Nigerians will begin to see that, yes, leadership can actually transform Nigeria. And if they give him that power, they believe that even if Peter Obi enters into a 4-year agreement, they believe that after the 4 years, with visible changes, Nigeria may clamor for his continuation, and that will bring another chaos. Now, but the most disturbing aspect of this whole scenario in 2027 is the fact that no one except Peter Obi is talking about changing Nigeria for the better. No one. Because how do you explain that insecurity can be this bad? Tinubu is not talking about it. No state of emergency declared in states where there are high-end observation of insecurity. No declaration of state of emergency. So how long will this continue? No, we still have 2 full years to go for this administration to end with no visible achievement, but yet we are talking about the permutations of who becomes the president of this country. Now, here is another scenario I also want to paint. Tinubu, the way I see this man, it is either he becomes president or the country collapses. He doesn't care. If you meet Tinubu now, let's say I'm a fairy godfather, I meet Tinubu. Dear Tinubu, can you sacrifice your presidency for the betterment of Nigeria? I am sure you and I know the answer that will come from Tinubu. No. That man is so obsessed with power. Obsessed. And even those chanting is Yoruba local, they are not even benefiting because they spoiled. I mean, the carnage, the wrath is everywhere, including those that are saying our local. So, 2027 is by far the most complicated scenario ever. If anyone says he can wrap his head around 2027, you are lying. You are lying. Because we have the greedy, we have the ugly, we have the bad, and we have the innocent. In fact, it's a pity. It's while the world is advancing in artificial intelligence, we are here still talking about tribalism, still talking about religious intolerance. And the most painful thing about it is that you see a young man, educated, still making arguments in the line drawn by tribalism, still making arguments in the line drawn by religious sentimentality. It's a pity that while we all cling on our biases, we fail to see that Nigeria is crumbling. So when 2027 comes, what will determine your decision? Is it that it has to be Tinubu because he's my tribesman, or because Tinubu is actually performing? Not performing in the lens of your biases. Or must it be not because the North, it must come to the North? Because some of you are judging Nigerians' power games since 1999. That's not true. Nigerian power games started since 1960. Or is it that we want who is truly good based on the options we have, Tinubu, Atiku, and Peter Obi? Now, because certain quarters have said that, look, an Igbo man will never be president. I don't see Peter Obi as an Igbo man. Of course, an Igbo man, but I don't see his yearning to be president based on the fact that it comes from a tribal rap, as some of you want to put it. But the choice still remains yours. What type of Nigeria do you want? A Nigeria that is identified by corruption and criminality, just as the rest of the world. Some of you that are supporting Tinubu, you travel out and you see how they look at Nigeria, but then you shy away that it didn't start today, it started from Buhari. Why can't Tinubu stop it? Of course, somebody who swims in criminality cannot assure, we always smell criminality. It's a pity.
So guys, it's not even hidden that the Igbos have never been the issue of Nigeria. Igbos have never been problem in Nigeria. These are just politicians that are painting that the Igbos are evil. Even Sowore is posed that there's an Igbo memo in the government that they should be careful of the Igbos. What can they pinpoint that the Igbos have done? Is it the massacre that happened during the Biafran War? Is it all these things that Gowon did? Is it all these things that have always been against the Igbos? What have the Igbos done? There's nothing they can hold accountable that the Igbos have done. Not even one thing they can say that, yes, this is what we are seeing that Igbos done. Everything just blaming the Igbos for something they did not do. Go to other states, other countries. You will see that the Igbos are striving. The Igbos are known to be productive. Igbos are known to always survive in every circumstance and every situation. Imagine that they did protest of August. Igbos did not join. Why? Because they did end such protest, and the government blamed the Igbos that they are the ones that caused that protest. So the Igbos said, okay, let's not join. Now the Igbos are no more doing protests with the Yorubas at the north. Now they are now saying that the Igbos are benefiting from Tinubu's government. There is nothing that Igbo will do that can please anybody in this country. That's why people are saying that we want Biafra to come. Because Igbos are not welcome in Nigeria. Take a look at APC government. Take a look at people in government. You will barely see Igbo man holding a position in Nigeria. They are all Yorubas. Yorubas. There's no place you can say that Igbos are holding position. This to tell you that the Igbos are not welcome in Nigeria. This is why they are calling for Biafra to come to Nigeria. This is why they are saying Biafra needs to come. Because let the Igbo just go. Igbos are not welcome. Despite that Igbos have been matured in Nigeria, yet they are striving to become the best. Take a look at those that are employing people. They are the Igbos. Take a look at Landmark. Landmark is not Igbo. I don't know if I'm correct, but I think it's Igbo. So you see that we have more Igbo people that are employing youths in Nigeria than Yorubas. Then what is now the Igbo problem there? Because the hate is alarming. The hate against the Igbos is alarming. Thank God for this man that came out and said that they have been deceived when they were small. That they should be careful of the Igbos. Now they've known that it's not even the Igbo problem. It's now our politicians. They know what they're doing. They are blaming all their evil on the Igbo. The Igbos are this and that. Tell me why Kano is still in custody, because he's an Igbo man. Erufai said something. He said that he's regretting his action. Why? It's because he knew that last election that Peter B won it. But because Peter B is an Igbo man, he kept quiet. That now he is regretting why he kept quiet. To tell that these people know what they're doing, because Peter B is Igbo. That's why Peter B did not win the election. They all worked hand in hand to remove an Igbo man because they don't want an Igbo man to become their leader. What they have against the Igbos, I don't know. And the truth will come out. Because now their eye have opened that Igbos are not and can never be the problem that Nigerians have. They can blame all they want, talk all they want, but Igbos are never the issue that Nigerians have. Let me get your views and your thoughts about this version in the comment section. If you guys in my next video, if you need to subscribe to the boy again, stay tuned, guys.